Hello, everyone. Santir here. Hope you all appreciate it. The book that I was waiting for a whole week become available at the library is now available, but I'm streaming instead. Well, I'm going to read it afterwards, but all right. So let's review because it's been a little bit since my last stream because I only stream once a week. But hey, that's more than once a month, which is kind of where optimistically my rate was before. So I need to level up Zenmai and Elias, apparently. My goal right now is to unlock Irresistible Sweep because I really want it for all these Dervish heroes, Mox and Milani, that the game keeps giving me very early, and then putting a bunch of people with block skills in the way. So I want to go unlock that, and that's available from the skill trainer in the Kodash Bazaar, which means I need to get all the way to Vabi. That is currently my objective on this character. Hello, Rogus. We'll take that there. Conda removal skill is nice, but not necessary. Okay, now this stupid mission of longness. I'm still pinging and stuff for that. For those wondering, the book is the book 14 in the That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime series, which I am very looking forward to reading. And they really hit a stride with Nightfall. Faction suffered a lot from them needing to try to figure out what it meant to follow up prophecies. It's clear from things that they've said that they didn't have a plan. Like, they made prophecies and it was successful enough that they were able to make more. I'm sure they had some sense of what they wanted to do, but I mean, the divine is in the details, as I prefer to say. But it's definitely the area where you have to do a lot of work, because it's one thing to say, oh, this is how this is going to work. And then it's another thing to actually be like, okay, but what does that mean? So I imagine that they had some future casting that they'd done, but there was a lot of stuff that they have, a lot of implications they had to figure out. And the initial goal of, okay, we just want to get a game made and released, it makes sense that that would be a priority. So Factions definitely feels like it was heavily affected by them figuring out what it was that they wanted to do, and then needing to figure out what it meant to actually execute on it. What does it mean? Where's this sentry trap? Okay, over there or something. I don't know, it's just, I feel like Nightfall is where they really began to figure out, okay, what does this franchise actually look like now? And just in time to stop. It's a little unfortunate, but it is what it is. At some point in time, I need to go get my monk further in Factions, because I really could stand to unlock Healing Burst. I like Word of Healing a lot, and I think it's a really good skill, and the design of it is beautiful. But it is undeniable to me that Healing Burst is going to be better for the AI to use, because it's not as fiddly. Didn't even notice that thing there until just now. No, I didn't mean to hit that again. I meant to hit you. Those are very near each other, 8 and you. I guess I don't really talk too much about how I control the game, do I? I have all of my movement, or I have a bunch of my movement on the mouse, but I have strafe left and right on Z and X. And I use the... If I use the mouse for like moving forward and backward. Like I have a button mapped to going backwards, for example. And then I have another set to auto run. But then I just use the number keys for activating my skills. I know there's people who click their skills, but I only do that in very specialized circumstances. For example, the stand-up skill. This one. Those guys are really nicely bunched together. Let's take out this group. Of course, I have you mapped the mission map, as you can see there and stuff, but end is mapped to the flags. I mean, you can see with the heroes that the first 3 are Q, W, and E, and I have the flags for them mapped to ASD. I think at one point I tried setting up the the numpads also work. They're flags for all of the heroes. So like hero 7 is numpad 7. I accidentally hit numlock. But I don't need to flag stuff that often. I probably would get value out of it, but whoops. Sometimes I do that, and I'm not... It really toggles it way over. It's wild to me. Forget if going around the front like that brings you too close to the garrison. It might. Morzek Garrison. Are they all named? I feel like that's something that they probably would have done. I'm just going to go over to this one and come back and around. There's not really good time to go for this other one, so might as well be now. I do wish I had the run skill that made you, like, would sacrifice itself to prevent a knockdown. Okay, there's a... Man, this game's build system is just so much better than Guild Wars 2's. I think Guild Wars 2 manages to find its fun in lots of places, but I do think its build system is just feels so much weaker than this game's. Nah, I was just struck by that yet again. Yeah, see, that's exactly why I wish I had the... It's a pious something, I think. Wow. Okay. I mean, I don't mind, but I need Tant Hide more. I'll just go through this group. I'm getting a lot of use out of Twin Moons. Unblockability. Especially when they have... Okay, don't want to stand there. Unfortunately, like, all of these Sunspree evacuees are... How did I get disconnected from a couple of them? I don't think it matters, but I am very curious how that happened. I was decidedly not paying attention. I've just been kind of rambling and, like, autopiloting through this. Looks like Elias and Zenmai have probably gained some levels, too. Zenmai can thankfully break stances, so we're not completely hindered by them, but... I wonder how that works. Thing is, I think we could... Okay, it just gives siege attacks. I'm pretty sure we could take it that garrison if we needed to. There we go. Okay, yeah, siege attacks are no joke here. Well, somebody get Zenmai up, please. Okay, yeah, those are no joke for siege attacks. How did I guess I need to go back around that way instead of around the front side. Siege attack incoming. That's not good. Yeah, part of it is cost is just bad against the bowman. It's possible that these 3 Sunspree evacuees being lost somewhere in the middle of the wilderness is going to actually save the mission, which is kind of interesting. I should definitely... I think that will go off once the other thing is... well, we need Zenmai. Let me get her off the ground, please. Okay, I see 4 of you are trying, which seems excessive, but... Well, that certainly went off the rails. Note to self, don't go around the front side there. Be good if I had a zealous enchanting scythe. Well, I can get one from the end of night. Eye of the North. I forget what scythes are available at the end of this. I remember being a lot more medium on them, skin-wise. I think that is neutralized, but for some reason the guard thing is not showing up that way. These bowmen are exactly why I want to be able to get friggin' the thing, though. Yeah, I think because the thing's meter went off, maybe? I don't know. The only reason I succeed at this is because I had 3 Sunspear evacuees somehow get lost somewhere in the middle of the wilderness, though. That's definitely something that I find amusing. This is one of those missions, too, that, like, becomes significantly longer when you're doing the bonus. Where was the trap? Oh, up here. I'm going to come back through here, probably, so it's a good idea to turn it off. Target's all the way over there, so... No. I have to be closer to turn it off. Okay. There we go. No, that won't bother me. Oh man, I really appreciate how much Twin Moon is helping me out here. Twin Moon Sweep gives you a bunch of health. Baseline, it'll give you 53 health at my stat levels, but if I remove an enchantment, it can't be blocked, hits twice, and gains an additional 74 health, so it's what, 127? Something like that. Not a minor amount. Also, that doesn't go anywhere. Retrace my steps over to here. And continue my way around. Hope everyone is doing well today, by the way. Regardless of what today means for you. I've been enjoying the fact that it started raining a good bit the last couple days. I'm not sure if I'll be streaming Black Friday, by the way. That's 2 weeks away, I think. Okay. You put on an enchantment to try to help yourself, and then immediately have it disenchanted. And then that ends up being your downfall. I could definitely stand some sort of defensive option. Actually, yeah, it doesn't hurt to hang out here in this well of blood for a moment. A lot of corners out here. These spotters have an absurdly high aggro radius compared to the common values. Thank you, Zenmai. She is performing her important public service of breaking stances. Okay, you know what? This is just not happening. I should actually make Elias a ritualist. Or splinter weapon. Wait. Oh, do I need to go find those missing guys? Okay, hang on. I need to go figure out where I lost these Sunspear evacuees. I need to guard them as very precious. That's kind of weird design, but anyway. I lost them a while ago. I'm going to go up through here. Yeah, splinter weapon would be nice to have. That's for sure. Actually, I have a really nice Necro Dervish build, but I don't have all of the skills unlocked that I need. There's a bunch of wind prayers, and I need Cultist Fervor for it, which I don't have yet. It's a skill that I want in Earth Prayers. It might be, actually. Can't really think about that right now. I need to focus on taking down these Hornins, but... This one disabled. Nope. Fixed that problem. Put my weapon away for the moment. Okay. The question is, where did I lose these guys and how? There's definitely some weird pathing thing. Well, something that's interesting to look at while we're wandering around here trying to figure out where I lost 3 Sunspear evacuees is some of these skills have a fist icon because they're melee attacks and others have a scythe icon because they're scythe attacks. I think that's really interesting. Pious Assault and Twin Moon Sweep are actually melee attacks, not scythe attacks, so you can actually do them with any weapon. Okay, I found the Sunspear evacuees. They somehow got stuck at this guard post. So that's the good news. because they managed to survive our tragic kerfluffle. I don't know how that happened, but I'm grateful for it. Hopefully, bringing them to Margaret will enable me to finish the mission. There's a few other... Like, Reap Impurities is a melee attack, for example. And so is Victorious Sweep. So it's just kind of a weird thing that you need to look through, because some of them... A lot of them are scythe attacks, but not all of them. I think that's very odd. Yeah, I have, like, no Earth Prayers unlocked right now. Do I have runes on Sasuke? I don't. Interesting. I should fix that. Wonder what their algorithm is for handling the dots. They probably just have the mission map stored as an image in memory that they add the movement dots to, but like there's some math going on behind to make sure that they keep enough distance between the dots. And I kind of wonder how they're doing that. Not terribly important, but kind of looking for arbitrary things to be curious about right now. Will you accept a mere 3 Sunspear evacuees? The rest perished by siege engine en route. Yes, apparently that is viable. Huzzah! I'm very grateful that that worked. Okay, yes, she wants her money. I mean, I'm happy to get a leather square. I do need regular tanned hide, but that's my fault for salvaging in a way that gave me that. Okay. For a Gladius, actually, I will just salvage the crafting materials. Okay, well, didn't get anything spectacular from that. Cool. Don't really need a poisonous spearhead, but... They definitely are trying to present different political perspectives on each of these. Okay, yeah, they're gonna turn that off. I don't have any of my healers with me right now, so I shouldn't just let myself degen slowly out. Don't recall needing more iron ingots at the moment, so I'd rather sell those for money. Unfortunately, a lot of these are not worth very much. It's more valuable than this, for example. 12 to 22, 11 to 19. Yeah. It's definitely a bit stronger. Both Rec 7. Okay. This is important because this is what I need to be doing right now. I need to be going to Vabi. But of course, I've got a lot of additional stuff to do before I can fully do that. I am going to talk to Master Alara so I can get ported to... Let's drop this in here. I already have scalefin soup. I don't need more scalefin soup. What are you making? The Drake kebabs. Yeah. The problem with Drake kebabs is they are very good. Therefore I don't really want to eat them willy-nilly. Intimidating aura would have some value to it, but it's not really the sort of... I did want to get Sasuke a superior fire magic rune. No, I did not want to get Sasuke a superior fire magic rune. Yeah, I changed my story real quick when I saw how much they were trying to charge for that. 1.3 plat is a bit more than I'm wanting to spend on runes on this account at the moment. I mean, I could obviously afford it, but it's... If it was important breakpoints like you get with E-Surge on the Mesmer, that would be one thing, but it is not. It's just more damage, which is obviously good, but like... Okay, it's not like it's suddenly going to make Rod Gorts do 4 seconds of burning or whatever, I don't think. So bigger numbers are good, but not like critical here or anything. Give you more curses. So if I talk to Alaro here, he should be able to... Man, I just feel so silly for forgetting that this is where I get the quests back to the other places. But this guy will get me to Dashka Inlet, which I want. Get my party reconstituted here. I don't necessarily want cost in my party. The reason why I'm putting him here is because I feel like a bunch of these require him. Okay. Let's see. So our goal is to get to Vabi, but in order to be able to get there, we need to... Codnir Crossroads, and then either Rylan Refuge or Pokemon Passage, and then Modok. We've got a ways ahead of us. I am probably going to go the Margaret route. Probably. Do you have the skill I'm thinking of? Which is this one? Guiding Hands. That's not a bad skill. It's not the skill I was thinking of. Yeah, no. I don't even remember if it's Eye of the North or... what. Let's go north through the Fortress of Chai. Yeah, this is where we need to go talk to Narashi. What does this one do? Try to Herbalist over Narcotic Ward. Yeah, I'm going to leave that as a quest for maybe I'll do it someday. That's where a lot of quests live, honestly. Like, Prophecies, I tend to do all of the quests, in part because it's just skill quests, and in part because there's just not that many. And Factions and Nightfall, I just don't tend to do all of the quests. There's a slight rainbow in that, which I think is kind of neat. Okay, Narashi. Vabi. Right. Because I didn't have a whole lot of elites available. I'm remembering that. It's good that they lay stuff down with Plawa Joko here. Pretty important figure in the history of Ilona, both in this game and in Guild Wars 2, obviously. Hello, supervillain. How are you doing today? Barbed axe. Am I actively developing a game right now? Not at the moment, no. I am attempting to get to Bobby, and there's a lot of things I need to do first. What's going on with me? Cognitive Crossroads is coming up. Are there going to be any skills I'm going to want to capture there? I don't think so. I should check the wiki first, though, just to be sure. I think of there being... I know there's a monk elite that I'm going to want to capture there at some point. But I'm not on my monk, so this is not that point. I don't know why I grabbed that bounty. I don't think it's going to come up. Okay, yeah, I don't have Rylon Refuge on my map yet, so I'm going to do that before I go report back to Lonai. Ugh, I keep finding myself wanting dash, but this character doesn't have slash assassin right now. I'm working on getting Paragon skills on her anyway. Probably I'm gonna split a lot of that actually. I don't need to take out Infuriating Heat. Okay. Don't worry about what skills I can get in Cottonere Crossroads once I go there. There is a Necromancer boss also is one of the oppressive taskmasters. Yeah, Paragon skills are probably going to be split across a bunch of different characters. Spear skills are good on Ranger and Warrior as well, so probably a little bit more so than Dervish, quite frankly. Just made sense to get some of the free skills off the bat from the Paragon secondary, but really thinking about grabbing. Well, but I'll be able to get Pious Haste at some point in time. But Dash would still be nice to have access to. But I also probably should not be getting redundant skills unlocked. Except for from, like, Prophecy skill quests or whatever. Generally speaking, so... Mostly I'm just getting annoyed by the Cornins taking off my speed move, my increased movement speed skill. IMS. I should make sure I get Signet of Return soon, actually. I'm not going to call Signet of Return a good skill, but it is a repeatably usable resurrection skill, so has use in that regard. Also works with Symbolic Strike, which is nice. I am currently blinded. Hey, yellow die. I definitely feel like die drops are not as common as I'd expect them to be. This isn't a general statement. Okay, I'm not going to bother with these guys. They're jerks who spam clumsiness on you, and I don't like them, so. It's a 25%er. Dash is nice for being a 50% move speed buff. Mini Kunavang there. What does this end up being worth? 56 gold. That's not bad. There is Ashnod. Okay, I need to go talk to Lonai. Crossroads. Let's bring me to the mission. Yes. Okay, nothing I need to capture there. That's a... Okay, that is the Dervish dance. Interesting. It's interesting how they have different undergarment styles for each of the professions. Add some additional character. That's one of the things that I feel a lot from... Okay, let's get... I don't need cost in this party right now. Let's get back in here. That I feel a lot from Guild Wars 2 is because they split things out among races. You get that rather than the professions each having distinct characteristics as much. I don't know. I like how much importance your profession has in this game in terms of things like armor styles and animations and stuff like that. Body type. I don't like Zed. He's not Panaku, but it's hard to find a character in this game that I dislike more than Panaku. Okay. Last time I did this, Zed got himself killed, so hopefully he's going to avoid that this time. More soul reaping for you. I'd like more dagger mastery on her, but I should probably be dropping Order of Pain. It's likely not contributing much at this point, and it is kind of expensive to be using. I like having Chillblains just because I've gotten so tired of the enemy spamming Chillblains on me that it just feels like vindication to have somebody using it on them. But, you know. Man, I was just doing all this stuff in my warrior too. What did I put there instead, though? Honestly, splinter weapon would probably be ideal, but they should have had more add armor skills and not just block or whatever. I have an interesting... Go for the eyes is good. Find their weakness is good. Yeah, I could start putting fallback on people if I wanted. Leadership is not super relevant. I have like no spear skills, but that's okay. Okay, I have very few Paragon skills unlocked. Yeah, see? Chillblains. Chillblains, Chillblains, Chillblains. Man, Twin Moon Sweep is just so good. There is a, well, I guess it doesn't matter right now. Mark of something? There's a mark that also benefits melee attackers. I think increases their adrenaline gain from hitting a foe. That might not be bad to consider, but I need to figure out unlocking it, most likely. Okay, Zed is managing to stay alive this time, which is very encouraging. I'm almost there, so... No, Mark of Pain is the one that does AoE damage. I'm pretty sure, right? You might be correct. I'm pretty sure... Yeah, Mark of Fury, that's it. Also, hello, Dead on Stick. It's good to see you. Hope you're doing well today. I was mentioning earlier that I was waiting on the library to get the time I got reincarnated as a slime book 14 in, and it got in earlier today, so I'm streaming and waiting to start reading until afterwards. You just installed some new screens. I'm assuming you mean the kind that go in Windows, as opposed to the type that has Windows go on them, as it were. Oh, the computer monitoring kind. Oh, okay. I kind of keep wanting Zenmai around because I want Wild Strike. Who is getting the boot? Probably Vec. I do like Thunderclap. I need to be getting these guys some super runes, but whatever. Yeah. I was looking, Soup Fire is currently like 1 point something plat, and I'm like, not feeling like grabbing that just yet. Okay. I always make them Earth. Yar. I actually have 15 and 16 waiting for me from the library as well. It's very exciting. I'm quite looking forward to seeing what they do with the next season of the anime as well. I was rewatching it in the dub because I rewatched the sub earlier, and like I've been rewatching the anime as I've been like waiting for the books to become available at the library. And it was interesting to me how inconsistent the English dub, at least on Crunchyroll, is when it comes to pronouncing things like Murin or is it Mulan? They can't decide. I'm like, why are you so inconsistent on this? Give him Ether Prodigy. That's a terrible idea, right? Hmm. Yeah, it's I mean, I think they've done an overall an okay job with it, but it definitely there's been some weird why this translation though moments with it. Um it definitely is easier to like focus on the action, but I don't necessarily like so that's been nice, but yeah, some of the Gozzel's VA definitely starts sounding better partway through. Starts off sounding a little wonky to me. Mm. Yeah. So if you watch the Slime Diaries, because I watched that as well, because I'm like, I need more. I'm obsessed with that story right now. Um, and yeah, Ipito and Zegion show up in the Slime Diaries, like, which is just like slice of life, fun times centered around like episode 15ish. Like after Geld's defeat and like Malim shows up like halfway through and it's kind of like in that time period, but it covers like the course of like here's a year in life of just like people hanging out, just being. And Apito and Zegian are pretty sweet. Uh, yeah, are you still on book 9 or have you gotten to like book 10? I don't know where you're at right now. I want to avoid spoilers. It's really interesting to me though, Mule Mile showing up, like the way he's handled between like his initial stuff in the anime versus the light novels. Sure. Undergore Root is the one that like keeps being like, oh, I got plant fibers from it this time. Good. I just get too engrossed and I just like sit down and read the whole thing in one like 9-hour sitting or something. Kaulaba. Yay. Okay. Ooh. That's always neat when it just happens to even out. So just an even 900 gold there. Okay. What am I trying to do here? I am trying to do this mission. Is there anything... Seeing my 5 soul reaping floating around over there. Is there anything that I want to change about my build? Yes, I want to put Irresistible Sweep on it, but that's part of why I'm going where I'm going, because I don't have Irresistible Sweep. I could slot on... I don't know. I guess this is still fine for now. Okay, let's just do the mission and make progress. Zed Shouthoof is Ert. Diablo's fun. It's like, there's stuff that I want to talk about, but I can't because I don't want to spoil you. Shove your keys in your pockets. I'm taking a break. Yes, this is the part where we have to trust Zed. I don't know. I wouldn't say twice. 9 times 2 is 18, and I'm at 14. But, like, 50% at least. %50 further. 1.5 times. Okay, I need to go get things from this guy. See, the thing that still, like, I hadn't thought about it until I was doing my slow playthrough, but, like, why does Zed think he can sneak into our secret base and threaten us and not just be immediately executed? Like, he's really hoping on a lot of goodwill in a dire military situation here. That's all I'm saying. Ugh. Yeah, I get it. You can drop rocks from the sky. Oh my goodness. Even a weak splinter weapon feels good. What's the just next 3 attacks? Man, that felt good. Twin mooning with that. Boy, that sent numbers around. I still need to unlock... I started working on it, but I still need to unlock Ritualist and Guild Wars 2 to see how that feels. Yeah. I don't know. You missed my Ventus Cemetery. My Ventus Cemetery was a freaking disaster. Like, just an absolute disaster. The only reason why I was able to be successful in it is I had somehow had 3 of the evacuees get stuck. Because I managed to attract the attention of the garrison and get sieged, and it was just an absolute disaster. I almost wiped... I didn't realize Mirza Veldrunner was yeah, right there. Thanks for your contributions, Enmai, with your dancing. Important part of a military operation. But man, could you imagine if they allowed Meteor Shower to, like, be used from compass, the edge of the compass? That would be awesome. But I mean, that's basically what the experience was back when the game first came out. Just drop rocks on people and they stand in it and die. I remember those days. I talk about them regularly. It was a special time in the game's existence. And also I have just very strong memories from Riverside Province of having half my party drop out and managing to, like, slowly creep our way along, dropping meteor showers that I was so excited to finally have on my Elementalist. And before the AI scatters, so we could, like, defeat enemies that way, and it felt so tense. We also were terrible at the game then and didn't know what was going on, and this is my first time doing Riverside Province, I'm pretty sure, and, like, barely managing to squeak through Riverside Province for the first time while like with half a party, it was a very different, or like a very unique sort of experience in this game. So just, I mean, because at this point I know it so well that I know what's coming up. That Aura of Restoration that I took off, or Master of Magic, I wonder. Oh, I did mean to replace Order. Whatever. It still is good for me in Zenmai. I keep having these skills that I want to get, though, and... yeah, anyway. Maybe if I still have... I'm planning on going for around another 2 to 3 hours. So, depending upon if I'm able to get Irresistible Sweep in that time. Like, depending upon how long that takes to get to. Because I need to get to Kodash Bazaar. Man, this is a really... just the distant vista over there of that rock was really striking to me for some reason. Thanks, Zed. Here, Zed, smile for the camera. Okay, I'm being silly. I kind of want to clear this group out here a little bit to make sure I have room behind me. Okay. This one's kind of an awkward spot, actually. I think I might try going around, because there's another group that likes to come up behind this boss's group that has a healer in it. So if I can go around and cut off... yeah, this group right here. So if I can cut this group off... okay, well, maybe not. My thinking was if I could take out that other group. Part of the problem here is this group has... because the boss is a monk, so... okay. At this point, I want to try to take out the scribe. Oh, wait, no. What? That's Haraj. Yeah, Haraj is just hanging out, saying hi, I guess. I don't know if that's... I mean, I'm glad it's not an NPC I have to worry about keeping alive, so I'll take it. Okay, I've taken care of all the cruel taskmasters now. As if there were taskmasters that weren't cruel, I guess. I don't know. Man, I still would love to see what would happen to a World versus World if they removed caps on skill hits in Guild Wars 2. Because, like, in this game, if you have a friggin' AoE skill, it hits everybody inside the area of effect, usually, unless it specifies otherwise. That's not at all how it works in Guild Wars 2. Which, I mean, I think... oh my goodness, what happened to my party? Hang on, what's going on here? Okay, we just horrendously over aggroed. I need Sasuke to stay alive. Okay. Okay, I can bring Sasuke back over to me. I need Sasuke to save life because he has a resurrection skill and I do not. So in that regard, he's far more valuable than I am. What the heck happened? I think what happened is we aggroed two groups at once, and I just wasn't paying enough attention. I was thinking too much about slimes. Okay, you don't need to be flagged anymore, because I'm here now. This Veldrunner Centaur that we rescued is just going to be dead, and that's fine. I don't need to keep them alive, thankfully. Okay, I'm going to leave him here to resurrect people while I get some attribute points. Oh, that was misclick, whatever. Max your curses. Okay, the problem is the rest of our team is over here. Okay, Elias is a little fragile. Sasuke is still the key to victory. Okay, hang on. This group is stupid, and I don't like it. That's part of the problem. There's two scribes. Oh, crap. Okay, I should be able to win a duel against the Taskmaster. Boy, this has suddenly gotten very tense. I just have superior self-healing, so I'm gonna be able to attrition this out. Okay, we have gotten that group down. I'm gonna switch off of my Vampiric Scythe. And we should be able to get the rest of the party up now, which is really important because we need Talcora. Okay, he's getting Elias up. Let's get Dunkoro. Recharge on that, 15 seconds. Elias had a real tendency to get his face beat in. It was not great. Hopefully the AI is smart enough to target those resurrection skills at different people. Yeah, it looks like it, because Elias... Yep. Okay, let's get Zenmai up and then let energy recover. Wow, that was very close to being a disaster. That does not happen very often, but dang, that was some tense gaming I just had to do there. That's why I don't want to go do Rylon Refuge yet. And that's the thing about like playing games here. Will I succeed or not? Up to you to find out by watching. I need to take these scribes pretty seriously though, because they do have really strong AoE abilities, and if they stagger meteors just so, they can really cause some problems. My party is not such that I can ignore Cornins, basically. They're a real threat. I need to treat them as such to some extent. Okay, there's a taskmaster back here in this group. Okay, this one's not too dangerous. I see 3 flanks is a priest and a bowman, so along with a priest. But that many paragons is not. It's the oppressors. It's basically the sarcasters that are the real threat. The rest of them are just so much inconvenience. Which is why we tend to rely on casters as well. Make our team strong. You keep throwing me off Haraj, because I'm like, why is Zed sitting around doing nothing? And then I'm like, wait, no, it's not. Not Zed at all. Well, it's on my eventually did a job, so I'll take it. I like Miku better, but Zenmai. Okay, so the simple fact of the matter is Zenmai has some really cool alternate armor sets, but I don't like her default one at all. Also, she needs better daggers, but I don't got better daggers for her, so maybe I'll get her Ungues of the Forgotten. Nah, there's no reason to do that. Maybe I'll get me Ungues of the Forgotten. Not her. Actually, it wouldn't be the worst plan to... Let me running sweep this guy. Man, I need more thorough enchantment removal against these guys because they use multiple layers of enchantment protection, which is annoying to break through. It's nice how attacking them tends to draw their aggro like immediately though. That's just a group, right? Yeah, 2 oppressors, a seer, and a zealot. I should probably take down these elite spears, though. That's me getting stuck on a barrel. 4 more cells to unlock. I need 1 more taskmaster. I have found the last taskmaster. Well, that was straightforward. I'm really looking forward to unlocking Onslaught. Onslaught's good on a bunch of professions. With the right skills, you can run on an assassin as well. Little hard to do on a warrior, but... Yeah, these guys have so much enchantment removal. It makes defensive enchantments difficult to use effectively. Okay, I need to go get that. I need to open those. I need to open that cell. But I have all of my keys now, which is the important part of doing that. I have been really appreciating Zenmai's Wild Strike, but hopefully that will be slightly less important soon. Okay. Let's just angle. Wow, I should just go get these ones first. That one's closer to actually where I need to go, so. I mean, Acolyte Sasuke has been an absolute MVP just because he has a resurrection skill. Ooh, now that guy was good. 4 bolts of silk is very nice indeed. It's a bit silly to run Ether Prodigy in a team with Bip, just because they functionally are the same skill, except Bip doesn't remove all of your enchantments when you apply it. But here we are. Second wind or whatever would probably be better, but I don't have that yet, obviously. I'll grab this Spalder now. There's the priest. Hey, you. Stop that. Keep finding myself wanting Order of the Vampire. Order of Apostasy might actually be pretty good around here, come to think of it. At least against the Zealots. Bit overkill for that, maybe? Okay, this group literally just spawned in. Like, I didn't notice them, but either they spawned in or they walked around from a patrol behind me and I didn't notice, but... Yeah, these centaurs are dropping a lot of traps, and they're basically doing trap ranger shenanigans, so... Then this mysteriously explodes for some random reason. I'm sure somebody is theoretically making it go boom. I don't know why I didn't play its sound effect. It normally goes boom quite voluminously. Some cloth. Curious about something. 25 minutes. Yeah, I've definitely been taking my time here. I need to take pressure off of my front line. My back line, you know what I mean. Oh my goodness. Where are the friggin... Hi. I'm here to cause you vast amounts of discomfort because you are impeding me greatly. Yeah. Everything else able to get cleaned up once I was taking care of all those casters. Okay, I think this is where we get the... Yes. This is the second quest named Mysterious Message. The first one is in the Maguma Jungle, actually. Linen. I will take linen happily. Take tanned hide happily. I mean, I'm also happy with other stuff, so that's part of why I'm using that salvage, but... I did want the bone from the bone staff. I don't feel the need for more wood at the moment, though, so... All these other things that may or may not... Skull brush also, yeah. Exactly as I expected. Happy to get some linen. I do want rares of those. I'm probably at the point where I can... Because I have all of the... Like, this character's armor is all good. But I have some other characters that probably need a little bit of armor help. Why did they put the merchants freaking all the way over here? Ah! Well, nothing I can do for it but walk. I know. The idea behind it... I have to applaud the idea behind it. Right. They're trying to figure out how they can make a base that you expand. I know. But the fact that in order to be able to do it, puts them in an explorable area is just the clunkiest thing. Like, if they had a Junlai chest out there, it would be, like, tolerable. But the fact that you have to do all of your planning before walking out there, and it's also spread out, too. It's how spread out it is that really makes it awful. I did not mean to put a point in that. I guess it doesn't really matter. Yeah, okay, that's fine at that level. Honestly, you don't really benefit from having too much critical strikes, but this does make this better. Like, this has a breakpoint at 13, so... So, like, I admire the idea even as I find it really awkwardly and annoyingly implemented. What you gonna do? Right now, I still want Zenmai in my party because I want her Wild Strike. But probably don't need... Well, I want Zed in my party in order to be able to gain levels, but... That's about it. Yeah. I need more Elementalist elites. I don't have any Earth Prayer elites unlocked right now, so it's like... I could go for Dual Attune, which is probably not bad, but I'm also kind of like splitting into some other stuff. Get out of here, cutscene. I am going to grab Margaret here. I'd rather go that route. Probably drop Zed for Margaret. That makes the Order of Pain better anyway. What am I... Oh, I'm waiting on them to finish talking about stuff. Thank you. Ooh, Elias level up. I'm going to go with Margaret here. Where on the coast do I meet up with her? I'm just gonna walk outside and undo Bay and find out. Okay, Elias. We'll just. This is a really awkward attribute spread, but whatever. The rest of these can go in healing prayers for the resurrection skill, and all is good. Actually, I should probably. This is not a. Yeah, let's just go 10, 10, 11 split. I definitely don't need maxed curses. And having a little bit more out of his blood magic is probably ideal. Sure. Yeah, that seems reasonable. I will put that spare point in healing prayers, but... Yeah, I just... Zed is definitely being hampered. Like, basically the only real build I can give him is dual tune. I'd rather just run a kind of a weak splinter weapon at the moment. Probably go for like a 12, 10, 8 split on him. 10 channeling. But I mean, Ether Prodigy is super redundant with BIP, but I mean, I could just give him... I mean, Elemental Tomb is probably better, right? Well, except then he doesn't have any overcast skills, but that's easily remedied. Let's just drop these, slap on Obby Flame, and... I don't know. Ward against elements, maybe? No, she's all the way by Yolan Haven. Of course she is. Okay. Man, I need more Paragon skills unlocked. What you gonna do? You're gonna talk to this wandering priest and get your bounty. Okay. Making our way to Pogon's Passage. After which... I'll need to do Modoc Crevice. Which is fine. Some Cornins tracking us down. Shooting Zed Shadowhoof in the back. For some reason. He's in the middle of the group, not at the rear. I forget that I have a condition removal skill on my bar. I should replace Remedy Signet with a skill that I actually use ever, but here we are. I should just replace it with a Resurrection skill, to be quite blunt. Okay, Unlucky Simon. You know, I should look up Signet of Return in a moment here. The thing is, if I need condition removal in a pinch, I have enchanted haste. Scales are good. Okay, where's Signet of Return? Signet of Return. Oh, I can apparently buy it in Commodon. Or the Sunspear Great Hall if I have hero skill points to spare. I should go get that when I next go places. Yeah. That sounds like a good plan. The Signet of Return would be better than Remedy Signet. Coup Scale. Come on, Prodigy's Insignia. Prodigy's is still worth far more than it's actually good, isn't it? Undertakers. Okay, that one probably not worth anything. It's interesting that this is somewhat similar to like a blue tear stone ring from Dark Souls. I call the different things in different ones. Hey, Booble. What damage type is this anyway? Slashing. Kind of what I assumed, but then I realized maybe I shouldn't be assuming. I already captured this skill. Behold, my beloved Grunt's Grasp. Woo! That might curve around the tip of the coast, but this feels a bit more direct for where I'm trying to get to. Skullcrack is nice, but not like... I don't know. It's actually probably a better assassin skill than it is a warrior skill, if that makes any sense. I was running it not too long ago on my main account assassin for stuff that I was doing there, and it was like a pretty reasonable option. Yeah, you are in a very tight spot. Burning Arrow would definitely be a nice skill to capture. It's good damage and such, but... Okay. I do need to go to Pogon Passage, but right now I want to go here. I need to reconstitute a bunch of my party anyway. Okay. I wonder how many hero skill points I have. probably not a ton. Might as well display Sunspear General. I don't know. I'm going to withdraw 5 plat. Talk to this guy. I have Signet of Return already. Okay, never mind. It's already a skill that I have. I don't know what I'm talking about, etc., etc. I'm just going to unlock these 3 skills and Natural Healing and Guiding Hands. Then why not? No, not Withdrawal, Deposit. Okay, where am I sticking my Conan coins? Over here? Sweet. I'm gonna salvage that because scales. Salvage the scales. Shocker. I know. Scales are pretty valuable. That's probably not worth anything. I'm gonna just chuck it over here to put it on my check later list of things. Okay. Get in here, Signet of Return. I mean, it's a weak resurrect, right? But it counts yourself. And 35% if you have enough people around is not awful. And if nothing else, it's a resurrection skill that's repeatable in case I get into a terrible situation again, which is distressingly possible. Mystic Sweep, nicely enough, is a melee attack, so it does work with other weapons. Unfortunately, because of mysticism, it's hard to use without being a scythe, but I mean, you can, technically. Okay. Pogon Passage. Okay, let's get Zed in this party long enough to get the experience points from this at least. Right, I have to go do this nonsense. I forgot about this nonsense. Oh, Ogden, Talcora, Gwen. Gotta go beat up some guys for the clothes. Especially maid clothes. Military outfits, in fact. Hang on, I might be directionally challenged while switching around my water cups. Okay. I seem to have recovered. Yeah, come on, Cormier. We gotta go beat up some Cornins. As is tradition. Do I have any other loot? No. Okay, I just need to talk to the sets of Cornin armor. I don't know why it goes through such a "Are you ready?" dialogue there, but I don't know if this is gonna do what I need it to Zed, by which I mean get him to level 20 or not, but he's really not firing on all cylinders right now, is he? Okay, now he's firing on all cylinders. I do want to get him some additional cylinders. It's interesting, I've been seeing ads lately for electric vehicles that are talking about, like, without all of these car parts, your vehicle's more reliable. Which has been amusing me. Okay. Well, Gwen is arguably a much stronger individual than Zed, but I need levels on Zed, so I'm gonna get Gwen for Margaret here. Did I? Yeah, I did stick a bow in here. Margaret, your bow is weak and getting out of here, and this bow is less weak and getting into your hands. What am I doing with her? Oh man, I just don't have. I don't have skills for rangers right now. Let's not split you into wilderness survival. Antidote Signet is really strong. Dude, that skill is pretty decent. Do I want to go? Because I need to get Broadhead Arrow at some point in time here too, but that's a later consideration. I could do like... I'm not really doing... Okay. If I had Vec in the party, crippling shot with body shot starts looking like a pretty reasonable choice, but because Vec is my source of cracked armor, we're not going to worry about that right now. I'm going to put 1 point in healing prayers and throw on res chant. Now I'm just going to go point blank Zojin's with prepared shot and read the wind. Read the wind. There we are. Pretty straightforward, but it'll synergize nicely with Order of Pain, Blood Bond, and Barbs. So, actually, I wonder if Soul Barbs is being any good in this party. Probably not. It's actually probably a little underwhelming, so I should go ahead and replace it with something else. Actually, maybe it would be prudent to put on some cracked armor. Actually, I'm going to do that. Let's do this. Let's just put on weakened armor. And then go back to Margaret. Instead of prepared shot, let's go body shot and crip shot. Because the cripple is actually quite nice. I'd use Melander's shot, but I don't have it yet. So here we are. But being able to snare enemies is actually super handy. Especially when you've got a couple of melees like Moi and Zenmai. Physical attackers are a little bit underrated. I do think the caster parties are stronger because they don't have to deal with a lot of things. But there's fun things that you can do with physically oriented parties. Probably should replace Healing Whisper on Dunkoro. I'm not really sure what with, though. I don't know. It's fine. I just don't have a lot of variety in choices right now. Okay, let's just infiltrate Gandara. We're ready. I'm going to put my weapon away for now. Oh, right. Zed's going to whine. We're going to do a whole Chewbacca-themed song and dance here. It's cute. Did you hear we were preparing to invade Vabi? I mean, that's actually a pretty good like setup line of dialogue. I think that's one of the neat things about games in particular is you can set stuff up really well in a way where players who are paying attention to dialogue and various other things that you might, whatever ways you might be presenting to set stuff up, can be clued in on it. Like if you're including stuff, it's really interesting to think about because I've been working on I don't know, book, I guess, what it'll be. And so it's gotten me thinking some about like some of these things. And one of the major things is just like what is this contributing to the narrative, right? It's an important question. I should replace Zed's staff with a better staff, but I mean, all of my heroes' equipment is stuff that's probably should be getting replaced. It's going to be a while before I'm like worrying about all those details. But anyway, yeah, so it's just stuff that I've been thinking about of like, okay, but what is this setting up, and when are various things being set up, and how are you? And some amount of it is like contributing to the overall narrative, and some amount is contributing to the world building, and just there's different aspects of it, and like especially because I have been reading the Slime Tensei books, Tensura as they like to call it. You know, there and watching the anime, there's an adaptation process, right? So, like I was mentioning earlier, the timing for some of the characters getting introduced can vary, things like that. And so like, when are you presenting the introduction of a character? How much are you going to be worrying about talking about logistics? Like the light novels deal with logistics a lot more than the... Interesting seeing this area here. I don't think about it too much. The onion domes up there. Whereas like the anime just concerns itself with the logistics less. It's not like completely ignored. They certainly talk about it with like, you know, how are you feeding an army of 200,000 and stuff like that. It's an important consideration. But like, I don't know. The amount of like details that I appreciate, but also are maybe not contributing to the central plot, but are contributing to the overall like world structure and things like that, is different things are working at different levels and contributing for different effects. And it's just something that I find kind of interesting to think about. Anyway, I need to get my scythe back out. And like that's one of the things that you can do with video games is you can sneak a lot of that stuff in, so you're not forcing it into the main narrative, but then people can still behold it potentially, and like learn greater details about the world, flesh things out more. I think that's something that's really neat about games in particular. Is that like it presents you opportunities to be curious and have that curiosity be rewarded with learning stuff about the world in a way where like it's there, right? It's not a detail that has to be included somehow in the main body of the work, if that makes sense. Like I'm ignoring the side quests that have to deal with yeah, okay, here they come. I'm ignoring the side quests that have to deal with the centaurs, and I've done those before. But like, you know, there's a whole bunch of things there. There are quests that are like, oh, what are some of the consequences of the Cornins doing mass conscription? And there's quests dealing with some of that stuff. And so like, you learn, oh, the Cornins are mass conscripting people into their military. Which, you know, is not surprising. It's kind of, you need soldiers, and so you take people out of the fields to put them in your army, and then that has consequences in your ability to handle stuff there and things like that. So like, what are some of the consequences of the things that are happening? And then you also have, like, to some extent, the way that then those conscripts who maybe don't want to be there but have to be, okay, they're being turned into just faceless mooks. And it makes you kind of like realize, oh, this stuff is actually kind of awful when you examine all of these details. But like the game doesn't force you to examine the details, and it doesn't even force you to like begin to do so, because a bunch of that's in side quests. And it's kind of neat that that stuff can be kind of like a side text, right? Side quests in games are side text. That they, what happened to those corny captains? I don't know. They support stuff, but they're maybe not. You don't have to. Oh, this is potentially going to get very ugly very quickly. Tosca, I have high expectations for your pyromancy. I wish I had Savage Shot. I need to spend some more time on my Ranger getting a few more like core skills, but I think that's a skill that I can get in the Magoon Jungle, so it's like I'm not gonna not get the free version, but also it's a pain in the butt to go get the free version. I do like my Pious Renewal drawing enchantment removal skills. It's definitely preferable than them being cast on somebody else. I wonder how well Margaret's energy is holding up. Crypt Shot is a 10 energy skill, so it does eat up your energy pretty quickly. I always kind of wished that Linko didn't come back. Maybe got spared all of this somehow. Yeah, this is just another Cautery Signet boss. That's what the Cornins use. I'll have more skills to capture later, but I don't think there's anything to worry about trying to capture in Modoc Crevice. There might be some skills to capture in the like explorable version of the map, though. That's a future consideration. My immediate priorities are Kodash Bazaar. We're slowly making our way there, but it's going to take a little bit yet. Modoc Crevice and then a bunch of hiking. Occasional Order of Pain is kind of nice. I would prefer Order of the Vampire, but that's an elite skill that I don't have yet, so. And I want BIP. It's the sort of thing where, like, I would absolutely bring it on a secondary Necro, but, like, if I had an NRT BIP healer, then I would consider another Necro with, like Curses and Order of the Vampire and stuff. This area can be kind of dangerous because there is an Elementalist boss here. Yeah, Nebo. Nebo is no joke. Stripping Master Magic from him should help diminish his danger potential. I'm not sure what their attribute spread looks like without it, though. Okay. Plenty of time remaining to escape. Okay. Okay, Zed has leveled up. That's good news. I don't really want him continuing to be in my party right now, though. I'd rather have Vec in that spot. Okay, something that I think I might do here, though, is... do this on that and Sasuke. Probably drop Liquid Flame. Fireball's got half the recharge, even though it has a smaller area of effect, and kind of do a similar thing here. Actually, I might as well swap those. 7 seconds versus 8 seconds is not a huge deal. I would give them We Shall Return, but I don't have that yet. Elias, I can't spread attributes like that, but... Actually, I could probably give her fallback, now that I think about it. Yeah, I don't really need those. So if I go... Paragon... 6 seconds covers the gap. And then Signet of Return. A little clunky on her just because she doesn't have enough attribute points to spread the way I'd want to, but having some fallbacks would actually be quite nice. You know what? I'm going to do something a bit goofy here. No, I'm going to leave Skullcrack, I guess, for now. No. Let's do this. Let me give her Cautery Signet. There, I don't know. That's maybe more Signet of Return than my party should be relying on, but that's an okay res. Weird party that I've got going on here, but this is a little redundant with Thunderclap, but it probably doesn't hurt to have a few more ways of spreading it. Yeah, that seems fine. We are ready. This part's tedious right at the start. Mandragore. That's what Chillblains is good for, right? I don't know how important Cautery Signet will even possibly be, but it felt like a fun idea to switch up her elite to a different no attribute elite that I remember that I had. I don't even know when the AI will be like, that's enough conditions on the party, let's use this. And then immediately gets PNH'd. Unicorn's Wrath. Okay, that's one of the new skins too. I'd be curious to see if it's any good. Well, she's definitely using Cautery Signet, so I can't say that she's not. It actually would be kind of fun to give her Shatterstorm, but I don't have Shatterstorm unlocked yet, I don't believe. Actually, I'd have to double check my Mesmers, but... Did we trigger... Is at the bottom? Margaret is at the bottom. Yeah, he just says you're too smart for your own good, so let's go hide out in the waterfall. This is a communing wand. Oh my goodness. This is extremely valuable. That's a wand wrapping of the Necromancer at rank 5. That is an extremely good item. The To the Pain is garbage, but the... yeah. Obviously it doesn't unlock. I'm surprised the To the Pain didn't unlock, but... Okay, some dust is not bad. Oh, there's the To the Pain. Again, hoping for steel ingots out of that. I should just be using occasional Pious Renewal just for the healing to offset my thing, but, you know, here it is. Okay, I don't need to keep that up. That's seriously one of the better drops I've gotten lately. I'm sure it's extremely valuable, but I'm going to put that Necromancer wand to use on one of my characters, so... Fight some bugs. I'm going to lock Margaret the Sly onto the further of these two runners. See if she can lock it down sufficiently to count. Well, we got chased by bugs. Huh. Boy, I would have thought that I failed that, but somehow I managed, so... I did have to tell her to actually use Crippling Shot on the enemy fleeing from us, which just shows you that the AI is maybe not the smartest, but... Ugh, I hate how generative algorithms have ruined the term AI. I liked it better before they had their whole marketing nonsense. What you gonna do? I can't do anything about it. Just try my best. I do like to refer to them as generative algorithms. I mean, artificial intelligence is not wrong because they are artificial and they are appearing intelligent, but I think generative algorithms is what I prefer calling them anyway. I will say having fallback chain is definitely improving running around with the vampiric weapon experience. Okay, this spot can be a little gnarly. I need to flag everyone underneath here. We're not really well equipped to take care of those guys. General Bale is generally pretty weak, though. He overestimates himself a little bit. Elias is definitely struggling with energy, but that's normal. Don't know what's going on with back. Lightning Orb's a lot. That's probably the main thing. Elias is not really... Sure, I'll take a random Flamberge. It's not really bipping for some random reason. Oh, Margaret leveled up, so that's good. I want one more point of expertise on her. Rally the Princes. I'm going to keep this ridiculous team comp going for now. Okay, I don't feel like I need Signet Return an explorable area. I don't think there's going to be an elite that I run into on the way, but just in case, I'm going to slap the thing on. I should grab some more Signets of Capture, too, while I'm at it. Dang, I was really hoping that would provide me better stuff. Oh, well. And there was a skill trainer over here. Okay, let's first put this really freaking good weapon away. Or rather, a weapon with a really freaking good mod. I don't know if the thing itself is at all valuable, and I kind of suspect Communing Wand is not, especially. But the other stuff going on there definitely is. Okay. How many skill points do I have? 10? Getting bonuses done definitely helps with that. Okay. I want to pick up some more Signets of Capture. I only have the one. Oh, there might be other skills that I want to pick up too. While I'm here, probably not any of these at the moment, though. Yeah, okay. Definitely feels like there's a lot of skills available, but not the ones that I'm especially wanting. Now that's the priority. Okay. Now then. Time to go to the Chantry of Secrets. Yeah, this book is annoying to fill. Harpies is true scourge or whatever. I mean, harpies are definitely annoying. I'll grant you that. There's... Yeah, that skill trainer didn't really have a whole lot, though. Not really sure how those things are allocated. I just know that there's some bosses along the way along here, so I don't remember how much it's gonna be this, that, or the other thing, as it were. It'd be nice to give Margaret Barrage, incidentally, but I don't have Barrage unlocked yet. It's like, the problem is that I keep running into skills that I want to have unlocked, so like I'm making a priority of getting Irresistible Sweep unlocked because I keep getting Dervish heroes, right? And it's not guaranteed that I'm going to have a Ranger hero, although I am wanting to unlock Broadhead Arrow, and that's part of like where are my priorities at, right? So like right now my priorities are on getting Irresistible Sweep, and then I'm going to go back to trying to advance my Ranger most likely, who I might be able to get more armor for now. I'm going to have to check that, but like I have a bunch of characters I need to get through, like various things. So like right now I need to get her through to the Jade Sea so I can do Boreas Seabed, and I'll be able to capture stuff there. Of course, once I get to the Alcohol Forest, I can also go capture Barrage. So there's a bunch of stuff that I want to go capture on her. And the thing is, there's always skills that I want to capture on some character or acquire on some character. So it's like there's no avoiding that. So I'm always going to be like lacking something that I want until this whole project is much further along. And a lot of it is just getting characters further in the campaigns. Like right now, it's just simply true that most of my characters are not very far in most of the campaigns. Like this character is beginning to get some decent progress here in Nightfall, but like, you know, I'm finally beginning to hit this point, all right? And especially when your team comps are as deeply wonky as mine have been. You're doing a bunch of primary quests and having to get outposts and all that stuff. It just takes a while. It's not necessarily a complaint or anything. It's just an observation of fact. Hajok Earth Guardian. I believe there is another Pious Renewal boss. There's a lot of Pious Renewal bosses around as part of it. Wow, that was quite effective. All the short-lived enchantments that I have on my team does make us a little bit more resilient to enchantment removal, which is kind of nice. I don't really want to fight Hajok. Let's see. Who's Tyne the Corruptor? That sounds like the Necromancer that has corrupt enchantments, so I think I'm going to check the wiki. I am absolutely 100% correct. Okay. Suli over here, I'm pretty sure is a price renewal boss. Sorry, I was looking something else up on the wiki since I had it up. Nothing that's particularly relevant at the moment, just an armor set that I've been curious about. Yeah, it's price renewal, so there's nothing to capture there. There's definitely going to be once I get to the Mirror of Lists. But that's a little bit yet. What is giving me... Oh, Blood Bond is giving me some of these small heals. I'm not... And then, yeah, the 26s are from... I have just so many little small incremental sources of healing that is confusing me a little bit as to where it's all coming from. Now, that was a nice drop. I will absolutely take that. That's definitely going to help my Ranger. So I was getting armor on her. I suspect this Vabian Scout of giving me a bounty that might be useful here against these guys, but not enough that I'm going to bother getting it. Prosperity is one of those tricky skills that you absolutely want to have, but the AI spams too much. Man, I wish the AI wasn't so unintelligent when it came to monking and how to actually do it, but then could you imagine if the enemies were better and smarter about monking? It'd honestly probably be a bit more engaging in fights. But another level for Margaret would be nice, but it's not necessary. There's no reason to talk to that guy until we are on our way back out. That's right, because I had a character that was out of Sheen and I wanted to get Broadhead Arrow before I handled that. I'm going to check this hero skills. A, to see how many skills I have, and B, because there might be something I want here. Okay, I don't... unless I'm blind, I don't see Dervish skills in this list, so that's interesting. I can get 4 of them. Grab Finale of Restoration. There's nothing else I'm particularly looking to grab. I know I'm mostly ignoring the story right now, but that's to be expected. It's not my goal. I'm probably just going to merchant that, but I'm going to stick it there just to double check. Oh, interesting. Not what I was expecting. I was expecting a Corner Defender to salvage into iron or steel, not tanned hide, but... I mean, I'm happy for the tanned hide, don't get me wrong. A little surprising. Okay. Back out. What is subjective right now? Yeah, Vitendi Valley. So I get Irresistible Sweep. This character will probably sit on the sidelines for a little bit. It's because I have other characters that need to become a higher priority. But Irresistible Sweep is just such a foundationally useful skill that not having it is a right pain. I mean, it's useful because it is your stance break. And being able to break stances is just so important in some areas. Other areas, it's not useless, but... probably should concern ourselves a little bit with this. Where do I get... Is it pious speed? Hang on. Pious haste, maybe? Well, if I could spell pious correctly. Pious. Yeah, pious haste. Okay. Gate of Torment, eh? I want it, but it's gonna be a bit. All I'm saying. This is currently my stance breaking MVP. Okay. Keep pushing my way through these groups. The Signet of Capture is probably going to go on capturing things, but that's okay. It's not like I was really using that slot anyway. It's less important to have a resurrection skill when there's resurrection shrines. Okay, don't know what dazed me. Oh, this guy maybe has a dazed skill. Right, take the battle to the Cornins. Uh-huh, yep. Okay, whatever, we're just gonna go. Vanishing Strike is a good one to get for later use. Because I've been using a scythe on my warrior as well, I'm definitely feeling a bit scythed out. So it will be good to swap characters soon. Okay, this is getting a little bit bonkers. I don't know what the skill I'm removing from them is. I've not been paying attention to what they've been doing. I've been spamming Pious Renewal. Okay. Well, that was a mess. Let's see, I think I can slip between these two groups. I'll probably go capture at least one skill in... I'm not going to do T-Arc Orchard today, but I'm probably going to capture at least one skill in the Mirror of Lists, because might as well like move around that area a little bit, and Duskcloak Aura is right in there, so... think I need to come down here to get to where the NPCs are. Yeah, because they're over here by this little farm area. Where Priest Jeshik hangs out. Middle of the Hylic. I just want to go across the way. Kinda. You know what? Let's go to Yenner Market. It's kind of... I don't 100% remember the way there, but it would be kind of interesting to go there. Chama has a nice warrior skill that I will not be able to capture on account of not being a warrior. How long before they introduce Assassin as a Thief Elite specialization in Guild Wars 2, I wonder? They've introduced Ritualist and Paragon now as elite specs. Obviously, Revenant is... Do I need to... How does this actually connect up? Do I need to go down there and across there? I think I do, actually. But they just introduced... Yeah, so... I don't think they have Dervish, but they clearly are heavily Dervish-inspired in Spellbreaker. Spellbreaker is very much playing Dervish territory. They added Paragon to Warrior as an elite spec, and they added Ritualist to Necromancer. Freaking plants. The Blue Tongues are the healers. They're a high priority target as a result. I might actually spend some time advancing my monk and factions just for a change of pace. I might... I feel like I'm going to end today's stream by getting some armor for some characters. Do you also want the Hecate dead? Yes, you do. This is the road up, though. Maybe either way works. I don't know. Okay, I have Banishing Strike. Interesting. Well, we're probably aggroing those guys. I was just checking to see if they had any unique names in there. They did not. So I don't 100% remember where all of the bosses are. Especially for some of the things like Wounding Strike. And I was noticing these guys were using it. So it's making me wonder. My healers are trying very hard to keep us alive. But I also happen to know that there's a bunch of like random bosses in this area that I don't always go for. Winning Strike is available in Eye of North, and that one's probably a little bit easier to get to, so I probably would be inclined to go for that one before I go for the one in Native to Nightfall. Elias went down, which doesn't entirely surprise me. Probably been spamming Bip and then got hit by a bunch of air magic. Probably gonna salvage that Briar Blade, hoping to give it a bunch of plant fibers. Kind of aggroing two groups at once here, which is not ideal. Okay, let's try to get in the more of the middle of this mess. Man, I could really go for splinter weapons right about now. I need to give a little bit of time for my party to recover from all this nonsense. I would have liked that to have been something better, but here we are. Yeah, bit of tanned hide. Probably was not entirely worth it, but... I wish Vec was doing a better job of... Ooh, that might actually be a decent weapon for a hero. I'll need to keep that in mind. It's nice to finally be getting deep enough in the game that I'm, like, getting that possibility happening. Yeah, this is perfectly competent for a hero. I'm going to hang on to that to give to, like, cost maybe. Yeah, Yanner Market should be, yeah, right over there. I really like Yanner Market. It's a, if you've never seen it, understandable. It's definitely an out-of-the-way outpost. It's a very Prophecies outpost in some regards, if that makes any sense. Because it is this, like, hole in the wall. But I really like the lighting here. It's such pretty lighting. Like, I got myself a stack of cloth. Like I have myself 3 stacks of cloth. I mean, it is what it is, right? I'll have to determine what use I have for it. It might just be a bunch of money, but... It's like an aqueduct or something? Yeah, this leads out into the Resplendent Macoon, by the way. So we're taking kind of a little bit of a circuitous route to get up into the Mirror of Bliss area, but we'll go up to Resplendent Macoon, up to the outpost there, and kind of across. It's kind of the backside of Resplendent Macoon. Just kind of a neat little spot that the story definitely does not take you particularly. I think you might come here with Gorin. Possibly. Oh, Margaret has leveled up, incidentally. Again, I don't necessarily have these areas memorized as well just because you don't tend to go here as often. Yeah, we're gonna just give her a few more pips in command. I believe I'm gonna be capturing a Paragon skill actually pretty soon. Okay. I don't know if this Vabian Scout gives us another something useful or not. Yeah, that should include the like Macaulay's or whatever. And also these Scythe Claws. Whee! It's kind of fun going in some of these areas. Briarwood Scythe Skin is kind of a decent Scythe Skin. Man, these guys make me wish I had a Vanishing Strike. One of the things that's really annoying is the AI's situational awareness is wonky. It definitely is way more aware of things that you're targeting than things you're not. Plant fibers? No, wood. Man can dream. In this case, I am dreaming of plant fibers. Yeah, this is definitely an atypical path to get into Vabi, but it's kind of fun doing it weird. I will have to... Yeah, no, things will be pretty easy, actually, because I will be leaving from the Kodash Bazaar to get to the spot. Okay, anyway. I mean, I'm going to have to make my way across part of the Mirror of Bliss, but it's part of the Mirror of Bliss that I want to go across. And Jishul Dark Song here is the boss that I'm talking about. I believe it's the Song of Purification, something like that. It's the one that removes conditions. You use a skill. Would probably be a better choice for whatever Zenmai is doing right now. Although, honestly, the Signet she's... Yeah, it is Song of Purification. The Signet she's got is not, like, terrible. I wonder what that breakpoint for 2 is. I mean, I don't really have anything I need to do there. I mean, it's not like I'm going to give it to her right now. I want to stick with the Kodash Signet for the moment. Probably the Crippling Anthem would be really good. I will never not be annoyed very mildly about that. Changed the order of skills. I don't know what this salvages into. Let's find out. A bone. Okay, that was deeply not worth. It might have... Actually, I bet you could superior salvage that, or expert salvage that into more useful materials, but that thought just now crossed my mind. So it wouldn't surprise me if it could salvage like a monster's claw. But obviously, unless I have that thought before I regular salvage it, it does not matter. This does not know where I should be going. I know where I need to go. I need to go to an entirely different place, but like it wants me to go over here and go up that way, but I'm going across this way and down. Capturing a couple of elites along the way. And then we'll hop onto some other characters, get some armor. And it will be what we call a day. Probably about a 3-hour stream, which is kind of what I was estimating it would be. That was probably a Kodash Signet. Maybe not. Maybe just P&H. Good old Peace and Harmony. Peace and Harmony really is just a clear all. Oh. I didn't realize Brian the Chosen was going to be over here. Or I would have brought another... He's going to capture. Ow. Anthem of Guidance. Yeah, that one's fine. I mean, I guess I'll capture that now and the other one later. It wasn't really my intention, but I just literally forgot this guy was here, so we just stumbled across him. I know where the other one is, so it's not far from here. This one is no attribute. I don't know why it's put in command. It doesn't care at all about how much command you have. It just makes... For 10 seconds, the next attack skill used by each party member within earshot cannot be blocked. That's it. That's the effect. It's really useful. But it's not, like, amazing or anything. It's just a very medium elite, but... I might give it a Margaret, actually. This is Evan Dustor, which is the elite that I thought I was going to be capturing, but, I mean, I'll just come back for it later. I will be opening this buried treasure. One of the other reasons I wanted to come over here. Huh. Really did not expect to run into Brian the Chosen. That was very unexpected. Okay, I just said the same thing twice, but you know. Sometimes you're trying to make a point, and that point is, did not realize this boss was here. But yeah, I don't know why this is not put in no attribute, because it just doesn't, it does not care about your command. So. What is the motivation? Okay, there's no cooldown on that. I don't know if that's... Because the thing about Kodash Signet is it just... everything all at once. Maybe I'll swap skills, actually. Okay, I want to slot on another one of these, and I want to put my Pious Renewal back on. Let's put Anthem of Guidance on her, and give Margaret Cautery Signet. I actually kind of like that plan quite a bit. Where is the nearest... Let's actually go check in with this Warden of Whispers first, before I do much else. 5 plant fibers, excellent. Mastery, don't think twice. Okay, this has some reasonable mods on it. Dervish skills, what do you got for me? Okay. I mean, I'm going to want all of these. Okay, I must be out of skill points. Baram there is who I need to talk to about skills, but I can't... Oh, I have 2 plat on me. So I guess I can at least get someone started. Yeah, he really opens up with a bunch of new skills. Here's the big one. Irresistible Sweep has been gotten. Pious Restoration, actually also kind of a big deal. And that's definitely one that I want. There's a bunch of stuff available to me now. This one's also really good. Balthazar's Rage. Harrier's Grasp is nice. Mystic Healing is good. Liz's Haste is really complicated. Makes your Dervish enchantments recharge faster. When you activate this enchantment, all adjacent foes are interrupted. When it ends, all adjacent foes are interrupted. Okay, yeah, it's a Open Disruption with a buff thrown in. Vanishing Strike is nice. It does set damage, but it's holy damage. So it can, and it does increase damage against summoned creatures, so it's really, really good against minions. Just absolutely clobbers them. Okay, I don't think there's anything else that I need to buy from him right this moment, and it's not like I'm planning on taking this character anywhere particularly. Let's just put this in the bank. All right. Well then. That's what I needed to do on this character for now. So let's see about going first to her. I should be able to get the rest of her armor. I'm gonna go to Embark Beach. I need to go to Consulate Docks to go to get her armor set. Where am I? Antha. Because I'm getting her the Stani armor set. And I need the gloves and boots. And I definitely want those before I'm doing other nonsense. Orna console docs. This is what I need here. Okay, I need some amount of tanned hide and some amount of leather squares and 2 platinum. Okay. So just to make sure I refresh myself, it's the Astani gloves and the Astani boots. Excellent. Still have plenty of and hide left over, which is also good. Get a little bit more out of that. Some minor curses rune does not do anything for me here. All right. I need to get this character runed up a little bit, but now she's more ready for Vizuna Square than she was. Okay, I'm going to drop her off at Vizuna Square. But she's my next priority. But I also want to get the armor for her. So right now, she has a max headpiece and everything else is at 45, which is, I think we can all agree, a little bit weak. I need to figure out which one, though. I want... Yeah, dragon probably. I'll have to poke around and figure out which one it is I need to talk to. This is I need both of these, actually, but whatever. Okay, I need some feathers and some rolls of parchment, and I don't need 4 platinum, but I don't feel like doing the math for the amount that I actually need. Okay. Is it Seyfried? Do you do the dragon pattern? No, you do star. Dragon, yes. Excellent. I'll also be able to get a headpiece. So this is healing prayers. Let's grab the divine favor headpiece. While I'm at it. I will need to make myself some more parchment for more headpieces for her, but... Divine favor. Yeah, protection prayer is just fine there. These don't have anything on them. Okay. Probably just gonna go radiant. I'm gonna put that there first. Salvage these further materials, because why not? I don't need them anymore. Alright. And that's finally my monk updated. I don't... Yeah, I don't have enough dyes for me to want to be dyeing this yet, but I'll figure it out at some point in time. Alright. But that still is a huge milestone for her, which is good. Means she'll be a lot more survivable out here. Don't think she's going to continue out here for now, though. I think I want to get her into Kaineng as well. Get her advancing. She also needs to do Vizuna Square. I have a couple of people who need to do Vizuna Square, so that's exciting. But that's going to be future me problems. I need to get a divine favor. Okay, so that's going to go ahead and wrap things up for me. I guess it didn't take quite 15 minutes to get there, but I've done what I wanted to do. I have gotten a stance break skill, which you can see how important it is if I go over to... Okay, these guys are right at the end. But, Irresistible Sweep. And Irresistible Sweep on both of them. Just to help with breaking stances. Oh, that's going to do so much to get us through those Ampha. All right. Well, until next time, everyone, thank you all very much for watching. Take care. And I'm looking forward to reading a book. Bye.